What's up, gamers? Welcome to Gamer Rant. So we are doing a video response to Angry Joe's angry reaction to Mortal Kombat 11 Shang Tsung micro DLC reveal trailer.
Why isn't it in the fucking game without a pre-order? You blind? Dude, fucking fanboyism.
Microtransactions and
DRM.
Downloadable content.
Home, uploaded some videos, and I saw that Mortal Kombat official Shang Tsung trailer is out. So I can't wait to watch it. Let's watch it here together on the count of 3, 2, 1, go. Now we already saw him in the crypt. There he is.
So we already saw him in the crypt. Yeah, that's kind of funny because if we jump to his Mortal Kombat 10 angry review video, he had this to say.
The characters in the single-player story, Rain, Baraka, and Sindel, could have actually been playable with full movesets already in the game. But no, they're limited to story mode. I guess probably for more paid DLC.
Now, some people might ultimately argue that, well, Shang Tsung doesn't appear in the story mode. He doesn't appear in Towers of Time. So, you know, NetherRealms, Warner Brothers, they get a pass. But the more important part here is that we have a character that's in the game in general. And I think what a lot of people are failing to realize is that this is a fighting game. All right? So when you have characters in it, in any part of the game, they should be a fighting character. And ironically, what we see is when we look at Shang Tsung, clearly he was meant to be a fighting character. They put him in the game in the crypt, but they had already planned and knew long before that he was going to be a playable character. The only difference here is that they took him out to make you pay for him. So why is it that in Mortal Kombat 10, Angry Joe had an issue with characters being in the game that were not playable? But here we are, Mortal Kombat 11, a character that's in the game, but you have to pay to play as that character. This is the hypocrisy of Angry Joe. An individual that has no problem bitching and moaning and crying about microtransactions, because yes, DLC characters are microtransactions by definition. He has no problem complaining about some other fighting game with all of their microtransactions. But of course, when it comes to a game that he supposedly is a fan of, it gets a pass. He also, a bit hypocritical, that he complains about certain types of microtransactions in Mortal Kombat 11 and even Mortal Kombat 10, but there's other types of microtransactions that he is accepting of. This is the hypocrisy of Angry Joe. How can you sit there and say that you are passionate about this game, about the franchise, and yet you willfully disrespect it just as the creators do? So when we get to this portion in his video, this is when he pauses it and they start talking about different stuff. I find it hypocritical that Angry Joe complained about Anthem being early access based on the version that you purchased. All right? Or what platform you bought it from. He didn't agree with that. I didn't agree with it. The only difference is well, I'm not hypocritical about it. So now here we are. We have basically microtransactions that you can get early access to. The Shang Tsung character and even the classic skins. And to me, that's just as detrimental to gaming as this, you know, pre-order based bullshit early access type of release. And again, we're not talking about early access, beta type early access. We're talking like what they did with Anthem. So, you know, I find it hypocritical that he didn't even talk about this. And, well, you know, people might try and say, well, maybe he didn't notice it, or maybe he didn't think it was on the same level as what, you know, Electronic Arts and BioWare did with Anthem. And I inherently say, who cares? You're going to sit there and you're going to complain about microtransactions, and yet you have no problem with the concept of early access microtransactions.
Okay, I'm totally buying this DLC pack. You know what? When you provide enough in-game
There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Angry Joe admitting that he is going to purchase microtransactions. He doesn't like microtransactions, but he's going to purchase microtransactions. And yes, DLC by definition is a microtransaction.
content, and then you work on the characters diligently and hard afterwards.
Wait, I kind of missed that. What the fuck is he talking about?
My main character. Okay, I'm totally buying this DLC pack. You know what? When you provide enough in-game content, and then you work on the characters diligently and hard afterwards, I have no problem buying additional characters. No. You know.
So let me just play this game here. I have no problem when a developer takes the time to create something that is beneficial. It adds more value to the game. It expands upon the characters and the story in a way that we, the players, were not expecting. I have no problem dropping money on it. Let's see. So, you know, again, when a developer takes the time to actually develop something worth our time, they put a little effort into it, you know, it adds on to the characters and the story and the world building. I have no problem putting money on that. You know what I'm saying? What I do inherently have a problem is somebody that truly thinks that a combat pack is on the same level as a fucking expansion pack, where developers truly add value to the game because they're adding to the characters, to the story, to the world, and whatnot, as opposed to this, which is literally just microtransactions. A microtransaction combat pack. Because let me inherently explain this. You want to sit there and you want to say, all right, if they did this, all right, I'm going to tell you, Angry Joe, if they actually made a full-on expansion pack, we're going to, none of this single release bullshit. It's a full-on expansion pack. You're going to get all the characters. It comes with a completely separate story. We're going to even jump this up that they add a total of 6 MK characters, and the rest, which is a total of 10, all right, so the rest of that are non-Mortal Kombat characters, not a part of the universe, and they haven't appeared in any previous Mortal Kombat game as a bullshit microtransaction. The developers are going to take their time. They're going to create a story not only surrounding the characters that are coming in this expansion pack, but they're going to involve the characters that already exist in the game. They're expanding upon the characters. They're expanding upon the story. Is what is worth money. And this is the hypocrisy of Angry Joe. He's going to buy microtransactions. The same young man that, you know, constantly berates and talks shit about microtransactions. He's going to buy microtransactions. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video in some fashion or form. And remember, gamers, if you're not voicing your thoughts and concerns about hypocritical gamers like Angry Joe, well, you just might be a part of the motherfucking problem.